Hello guys, welcome to the Stanleyy Parable hidden coworkers. Oh, would you look at that? Okay, I'm coming back here because there's some things I missed. Okay, let's begin the game. So, let's go find things that we have missed.
This is the
Yes, we know. Oh,
All of his co-workers were
nice
gone.
to be back.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had... Now this, Stanley thought to himself, this is a bucket. And indeed it was.
Dear God. Okay, good content. Nope, not going through there.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Let's go for here.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where... Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You
Oh
can
my
feel
God.
that, can't you? The aura of jealousy.
Yes.
It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
It doesn't.
I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say
How
here.
dare
It's
you.
supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket.
I want
I
to.
know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong
I
friend.
agree.
You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has
How
sunk
could
that it
you?
has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons.
Yes.
But even this is worse than I had imagined.
Oh my God.
And wait. Now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless
Oh
that
my
you'd
God.
feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I'd never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the
Yeah.
bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point.
Okay,
Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket, as they
Yes.
have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
the broom closet ending was not my favorite.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh,
There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
yeah, how could you?
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going
Yeah.
to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate.
What is it? Yeah.
See? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket.
I agree.
That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, "Ah, it's a bucket." There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
If I have this bucket, does that mean the ending where I have to know
You know
where...
what? I could take the...
If I have this bucket, which tells me it's a bucket, do I know... if I go to the ending where I have to do the... Is this a bucket ending? will it be
Name
different?
calling and the dismissed. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
If we go in here, we can't. That's weird.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. The bucket did not react, except perhaps a tiny glow of warmth. Subtle, yes, but an unmistakable spark from somewhere deep within.
Well, let me...
Eight.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Well, let me do something. Alright, I'm back. I did some research.
2845.
What was the code?
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself, and Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Seems like someone's mad.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Nope, I'm going back.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again.
Okay.
The bucket said nothing.
Let's press 3 then.
This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over.
Source games. Is something going to trigger? Oh, okay then. Well, I guess that's it.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Okay, what if we go back up?
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket. and the bucket said nothing.
Oh. I'm gonna press free again. I thought it was the bucket that wanted to press free, but it was actually me. Let's go press free. Because we want free. Where's our free?
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator. Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
There must be a solution. Why, how could the bucket not like me pressing the number 3? It's the number 3. I'm going back up.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
3!
For months he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
3! Where's our 3 valve?
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
Here we go.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Oh. I can't be happy. Okay. Well, that was an ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Finally, yes, the bucket. Yes, 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 I love that bucket.
Everyone loves the
Stanley
bucket.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I want to do something.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet.
Okay.
Simply because I have no remaining stickers.
Okay, then.
If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
No stickers. No stickers? No stickers.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Anything here? Sorry, God, like... How, like, they, what, why would they not do something with this elevator? I wish that elevator actually did something.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
It is indeed. Okay, let's do something.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Okay, let's see what... Yeah, fall down the pit.
But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now, what to do next, Stanley wondered.
Yeah, what to do
Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here.
Okay, then.
So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't so bad down here, a bit cold perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Oh. Guess it ended. Okay, I'm gonna do some... I'm gonna do some things. Hold on. Okay, back here. Let's see if anything's different.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it.
Oh no.
This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Okay then.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
Wait, okay.
Okay, let's begin.
Okay, let's see.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Okay, let's see if we get it all right. Okay.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Like a 3D printed bucket.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Okay. This is a bucket.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket.
I wonder if anything is different. That is not a bucket.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you.
Okay,
Thank
then.
you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one.
What's the next one?
Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket.
I don't know how it's a bucket, but it is.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Yeah.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
How is it both? I wonder how it's both.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. Should be around here somewhere.
Nothing is a bucket.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore
Yes.
nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
No.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
Oh no!
Okay, here we go. What happened? Is everything gone? How
Yes.
did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket?
Yes.
Every single thing in the game was a bucket?
Yes.
My God, I had no idea. How could... except me. I'm not a bucket after all.
Yes, you are.
And you,
You're not a
Stanley,
bucket.
you're still here. you're not a bucket either.
Yes.
Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue.
Yes.
But it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything.
Okay.
We'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you
Yes.
run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person?
I don't know.
All right, here we go.
Buckets are in the walls. I'm telling you. Okay,
All of his co-workers
let
were
me
gone.
do
What could it mean?
something real quick.
Stanley decided to go.
I'm just gonna skip to the part. So here I go. And we're back here.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest.
Oh, shut up.
It was a glorious bucket to
I'm
behold.
gonna steal the bucket. Yeah, the bucket. We all know the bucket.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley
No,
to
it
take a
wasn't.
bucket like this and to claim
It's
it
his
for his
bucket.
own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you
It's
see
his
that
bucket.
the
He
bucket
should be
is
allowed to
far
have the
more
bucket.
noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life? No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
No, it shouldn't be.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
What do you mean?
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine.
I don't think I
Don't
will.
reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take his place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Ha, lol. I don't think I will. Stanley gets to keep his bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yo, it's the rain Easter egg. It's the rain Easter egg.
It's bucket time.
Okay, what now? Oh yeah, there's one thing I have to do. Hold on. Okay, Stanley Parablee. Revenge of the Water. And now... Oh wow. And now... 8. If we begin the game... Oh, would you look at this?
Hold on. What's
8.
this?
8.
What is this? Ooh, controller.
8. 8.
The Stanley Parable 8.
8.
Yes.
No,
Eight.
this doesn't look right at all.
8.
The Stanley
Eight.
Parable takes place in an
8.
office building. There are
8.
doors and
8.
branching paths.
8.
This is
8.
just a button that says 8.
8.
Of 8.
Where did the Stanley
8.
Parable go?
I don't know.
8. 8. 8. 8. 8.
I'm looking
8.
around and I really can't find the game anywhere. No boss's office or mind control facility or any of that. Literally just this 8 button.
8.
And what's worse is that you seem to be having a better time with this nonsense game than with the story I wrote for you. I'm actually a little insulted.
8.
What's the 8 button? What else am I supposed to do?
8. 8. 8.
8.
8.
8.
8.
This is how you should have gotten the 8 achievement.
8. 8. 8. 8.
Well, I don't know what happened to the Stanley Parable or what the 8 button is, but apparently you're having a riveting time with it. And frankly, I don't even want to pander to someone who finds this enjoyable. So with that, I guess just go ahead and enjoy the Stanley Parable 8.
8. 8. 8.
I love it. Is it just like this? Is it always like this? If I just begin the game again, is it just... It's just Stanley Parable 8.
Hold on.
8.
What's this?
8.
It's just a Stanley Parable 8.
8.
Yeah. Stanley Parable 8, Revenge of the Warrior! I love it. Keep on making sequels. I do wonder, what happens if we get to the Stanley Parable 427? I wonder if they actually like coded that in. Anyways, thanks guys. This is the Stanley Parable 8.